Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another class where we'll be discussing Module 5 in title Management of Innovation. You can see my name, muaz, and I want to take you through this module. This module is basically about what innovation is, and innovation fundamentally is about how businesses can improve. How can they renew their businesses? How can you reinvent? How can you bring new value on board? And how can they change the way or improve the way they've been operating their businesses? So management of innovation, and that's the focus. So when you check the study module, you're going to see some of the objective of this course, and therefore I wouldn't want to capture it here. You are welcome to this class. So as the world changes, new products are introduced, new customer needs arose, new technology are developed, new government policies are enacted, new business risks are discovered, and new competitors emerge every day. So there is no way one can run away if it's in business, especially in the business world. Even if in our homes, we've seen new things. In our country, we've seen new policies, new challenges. COVID-19 is here, and we don't know what will be here tomorrow. Ebola was here, lockdown was there, and face masks is everywhere now, and therefore it has become a new normal, courtesy of COVID-19. So it does become imperative for businesses or organizations to innovate, to move on, to move with the trend or die. You say there's a saying that either you innovate as a business entity or you die. Because without innovation, COVID-19 would have cleared the entire world, because today, courtesy of innovation, people are able to innovate how to the vaccine. People are able to develop a face mask and the rest of it. So for businesses to survive, innovation is very important, and it's part of the change that COVID-19 has brought to us. And it means that you have to be, or either you sell online or you close your shop. And closing or selling online will take you places. You go across the world, not only within your territory. So innovation is very important in business. So it's either you innovate as a business or you die. Because death in the real sense, not the human death, but the business death, where shops will be closed, no customers will be coming, no businesses, no production, everything will be shut down. So the concept of innovation. Innovation is the process of taking new ideas effectively and profitably through to satisfy customers. So no matter how wonderful your idea is, if you are not able to take it to the market and you're unable to sell it for profit, and then we don't call it innovation. So of course people could innovate, but it's basically how can you convince people to buy into your idea? How can you convince people to key into what the new process you've introduced, or new product you are bringing into the market or service, and your ability to take the new ideas effectively and profitably through to satisfy customers' need, and then that's what makes it innovation. So innovation is successful exploration of new ideas, your ability to explore, to try and test, to pilot test, and see the workability or feasibility of the idea, and that's what innovation. According to some people, innovation is the process of creating commercial product from an invention. No matter how good you create your idea or invent your idea, if you cannot sell it, if nobody can use it to the benefit of mankind, then it's not innovation. Innovation is a means by which people exploit change as an opportunity. Like I mentioned earlier, the change COVID-19 is here, and people were able to adjust and fit into the new trend, and that is why no more lockdown. Government were able to understand the terrain, to understand the dynamics of COVID, and therefore innovation, they innovated a means of survival, and that is it. So innovation is a means by which people exploit change as an opportunity. In Kano, for example, when Konkoso, when he was governor of Kano State, he banned commercial motorcycles from operating because of security issue at that time. And because of that, people were able to innovate, meaning that they converted those motorcycles into tricycle, and they pull up some of their savings and switched to tricycle, which is allowed, and that's innovation. So they are able to adjust change as an opportunity. And this change of COVID, for example, people were able to switch to selling online, and we've seen a lot of people venturing into a delivery service, which is innovation, because you used to buy things and sell to people, and now because of COVID and you introduce a motorcycle who delivers at a premium. You charge people money, and you're going to make money profit from the sale of the product, and you're going to make money again from the delivery service. So innovation is a means by which people exploit change as an opportunity. Even this lecture that is online, some people might decide to use video, create new videos, compile the entire videos and start selling. And so because there's this change that going online for EEP lectures, and people are going to make some money. I could remember a student in the sciences, I think it was 2013 or 14. After the lectures, he met me and he asked me, I want you to give me the soft copy of all this model, and which I agree, but I asked him why. He said he wanted to start selling, and that really inspired me. I gave him the first semesters and the second semester change, because the introduction of EEP gave him an opportunity now to start selling and making money from the sale of their lecture notes. Innovation is the means by which people exploit change as an opportunity. So thinking about innovation, of course, people have to think crazy. People have to go extra mile to reinvent or innovate the way they do the things. People from selling even the sugarcane seller, you might see some level of innovation. He used to sell it raw, and now he's putting them inside plastic. That's innovation. He used to put them inside plastic and carrying wheelbarrow, and now he can decide to start using bicycle or motorcycle, or put them in a glass container where you avoid flies from touching them. So thinking about innovation has to be in a continuous process. You have to brainstorm, think in and out, and how to get what did you need to get. So the early men collaborated to innovate, because when you look at this picture is showing people dealing blacksmiths, early men who create from wood, arms, machetes, even knives, from so they put their head together to innovate. So it means if you cannot do it alone, you can put a head together with people to do. So a century ago, other societies think of innovation in the form of machinery. Yeah, a lot of people thought that when you invented machines, and that's when you innovate. And at that time, and that was during the Industrial Revolution, where machines were introduced into the process of production. So until today, we still see some new changes as in the production industry, and therefore innovation is very important for business success and prosperity. And today, innovation is manifested in knowledge and ICT. Today, the innovation is taking place in the knowledge world and ICT, which has to do with technology, ICT, information and communication technology. So innovation today, you can see people using. You can testify by mobile phones. You can testify by computers. You can testify by smart TVs and the rest of them. So ICT and knowledge is very important. It's because of knowledge in ICT that we have cryptocurrency today. It's because of knowledge in ICT that we are having e-naira today. It is because of knowledge in ICT that we are having POS everywhere, where people can. It makes life so easy, even though you have to pay for everything. But then it makes life easy. So today you either acquire the knowledge and acquire ICT, or you die. So innovativeness. Often our innovativeness depends less on our technological or knowledge exposure, but on our mental model. What is mental model? Mental model is a construct, the combination of your brain, the makeup of your brain. This mental model is influenced by the society where you grew up, and it influenced by the level of education you are exposed to and the peer group you're living with. And the culture and the political environment of your society mold our attitude. So for example, a typical young man, if you give him money, you said share it with your friends, and what would happen? He's going to say, he's going to take the larger share and then give them the little, and that's because of the environment really influenced our mental model. And we used to see things, and people blame failure on somebody. Once they succeed, they said, yeah, it's their effort. But once they fail, they said it's because somebody caused it. And that's why this spiritual world and spiritual, especially exorcism and the rest of them, are making money. For example, Rukia, and because people trade or blame failure on somebody or something or third party. So often our innovativeness depends less on our technological or knowledge or exposure, but on our mental model. Even though some of the innovation we've seen today in this country are not a product of our education or level of technology that we have, but there are some people who are able to use their brains and to move out of their comfort, the traditional zone, and into a new world, and therefore they are able to solve a lot of problem, and that's why they're making money. So this is because our unique construct system or mental framework exert pushing and pulling effect on all other ideas and experience we encounter. It is known fact that the said necessity is the mother of invention. People don't venture into business because when they are comfortable, but they always find a way to start something when they are in suffering, or there is not they are not comfortable. So they say necessity is the mother of invention. I don't know who said this, but then it's a normal saying. So innovation, our mental construct is so used to easy come, easy go. What is around you is what is around you. What goes around comes around. So we don't tend to do anything in this part of the world. We have this dependency culture, and it has molded our thinking that once somebody is successful in your family, nobody wants to do anything, and everybody will rely on him. He's the one to buy the boxes for wedding. He's the one to buy the car for you. He's the one to fuel and service it. If you get married, he's the one to build a house for you. Even when a wife give birth, he's the one to buy the ram and buy the naming ceremony stuff. So and this culture and this mental, it has really affected our mental model. And sometimes the way we think in this part of the world is different from how other people used to think. And I'm just assuming. And because the way they used to do their things is quite different from what we do our own. So thus creating an innovative society is to a large degree a function of attitudinal change. So it means in Nigeria people can, once attitude are changed, things could be possible, and our innovativeness could improve. Sources of innovation. Sometimes unexpected occurrence, you're looking for something and something just occurred to you. There are times you are in a bus, or sometimes you are in the bathroom, and you're just thinking of something that you need to solve, and sometimes the answers just appear on the air, and that's why oftentimes you see people singing in the shower. They're happy and they found the answer. Yes, they'll be shouting, yes, I've got it. Yes, I've got it. So sometimes unexpected occurrence because of one situation or trouble you found yourself, and that will push you. For example, you're looking for a taxi and you cannot find a taxi, and therefore and you begin to think, okay, should I just venture into taxi business or not? And sometimes people are having problem with their cars, and they find a means of solving the problem, especially if they found themselves in the bush. Or sometimes you are in business and customers are not coming, and you have to start thinking of how to go about it. So sometimes the incongruities of various kinds, process needs, and sometimes the need for certain things will make you to innovate. And changes in the industry or market could push people to innovate. And then demographic changes, that is level of income, class status, and the society, either employed or not employed, will make people to innovate. So changes in perception. Sometimes people perception change about certain things, and they begin to act. So innovation could come as a result of change in perception, and then the discovery of new knowledge. And before you don't know Bluetooth, now you don't know. Now we know Bluetooth, and now we know Zenda, we know everything, and internet everywhere, email and the rest of it. So new knowledge is very important when it comes to innovation, and that is why people are using this new technologies and the ICT to innovate. Because through knowledge, like I said in the previous slide, through knowledge, because as a result of this EEP, I'm sure some of you have started thinking of how to go about doing certain things they used to doing, especially in business or in their livelihood. So elements of innovation. Element, challenge, what are we trying to change? And these are some of the questions that you really want to innovate and people have to consider. What are we trying to change? What is it that is facing us? What is the problem facing my business? What is the problem facing my life that I need to change? So the challenge issue, is one of the elements of innovation. When we challenge the status quo, ask questions. And then customer focus. When you do customer focus, will make people to creating customer value. Because any business that is customer focused, it means you have to try to satisfy the need of those customers and even exceed some of their expectations and make them happy, and at the tail end they become loyal customers. So customer focus, is one of the very important elements of innovation, because once they are your heart, it means you have to make them happy all the time. We've seen it happening in so many in the telecom industry in Nigeria, the mobile phone industry, and whatnot. So creativity, of course. Creativity is, some people interchange this word with innovation. They means creativity is the act of bringing something new into existence. So generating and sharing ideas, there should be some elements of creativity, or creativity serves as an element of innovation. Your ability to generate and share new ideas on how to go about solving problem or developing new product or process. And then no matter how important those ideas is, they must be communicated. So the flow of information and ideas. So communication is very important as an element of innovation. No matter how good the idea, no matter what the process is, if you cannot communicate it or with your team or the customers or the society or the government, and then it is worthless. So collaboration. You can see in the earlier slide I've shown you people in the ancient age who collaborated to create arms using wood, hoe, and machetes, using wood and metal. So people working together is very important elements of innovation, and we've seen a lot of innovation in when people work in team and make things happen. So completion and implementation. So no matter what an idea you have, of course you must take it to the end, meaning that no matter the impediments, one has to implement it or put it to the end. So whatever new idea or innovation you have, it has to be completed. You can't just start a process and abandon it halfway. Anyway, this is the typical case of some African countries where people start or form policies but they cannot implement, and that's the typical characteristics of some African countries. So contemplation, learning and sharing. You have to contemplate, meaning that you learn over time. You try, you learn, then you share. Then culture. Culture involves the values, leadership, and awareness of what is obtained in the industry. And like I said earlier, culture really mold our mental model. So culture, leadership, values, leadership, and awareness of the recent happening really help. So we've seen innovation in the Apple company. It's very innovative company. It's a typical example of an innovative company. It started with iPod, MacBook Pro, iPad, iPhone, and some with beatable retina display. Very interesting, very flashy, and very efficient when it comes to operations. So and anyone using iPhone will always brag that this is the main technology and this is the recent thing in the world. So this guy Steve Jobs and his team really work. And that's why we caption them as the most and a very good example of an innovative company. They've taken new process every day, new version, iPhone 1, iPhone 2, now iPhone 13. So a lot of improvement for every new version, and there are some new value added, and that's what innovation is all about, and that's why they're selling itself. So form and types of innovation: process innovation, product innovation, and innovation in management and work to better utilize resources. So process innovation is where for example process of carrying out something. So for example, in the banking industry today, we've seen a lot of innovation in the process of banking. Before, there were no ATM machine, and now we have it. Before, you have to go and queue in the bank and present your check, and somebody will give you a counter. You go and sit down, and then you have to wait and until then you have joined queue. But today, even your student registration now, I've seen innovation in it, because you use your tablet to do all your this registration. It's the process. So this process, and that we call typical process innovation. ATM cards, POS, now you can see now internet banking, all is titled banking. Internet banking, mobile banking, ATM and machine banking, you can see. So product innovation has to do with the development and products, some new innovation into products that we're seeing today. For a typical example is the iPhone that I've just shown you. It has really shown innovation in it. And innovation could come all those, for example, Indomie could decide to say introduce new product line, new value, Indomie rice, Indomie chicken, Indomie fish, Indomie egg. You don't know what Indomie will come tomorrow. So it might be Indomie something else. Nobody knows. So innovation in management and work to better utilize resources. In management of organization, in businesses, and corporation, and government and public sector, there are a lot of innovation, and innovation could happen in the way people manage people and the way people manage resources in the organization. We've seen governors, we've seen ministers, we've seen senators who are able to change the way things are done in this country, and that is innovation in management. And we've seen MDs of companies who transform such company to greater height, who are still making it in the world of business today. And there's this breakthrough innovation, usually generate IP right, intellectual property right. If you could remember, in the model 3 we discussed intellectual property. So innovation, the breakthrough innovation. When I ask you breakthrough innovation, you have to start talking of mobile phone. Mobile phone is a breakthrough innovation. Medicine, in the world of medicine today, we are seeing breakthrough innovation that we've seen people who were all their 5 organs were transplanted and they're still alive. And we've seen surgeries, in the field of medicine today. People are using laser light and some machines to do operations, and they will operate you today and you start working today, and that's that's breakthrough innovation. We've seen aeroplane, for example, is a typical example of a breakthrough innovation. You can wonder, a simple machine would just take 700 people, zoom them off and take them to further distance, and it's made up of just particles of fiber and aluminium, you can imagine, but then it has the capacity to lift people off. So technological innovation. So technological innovation happens in technology, and today we've seen a lot of things, and before now no computers, and today we have computers, and technology has taken over. We've seen robots and artificial intelligence taking over the world, and you can remember Sonia, she was given granted citizenship in Saudi Arabia. So we have ordinary innovation. Ordinary innovations are these innovations that we do every day. You talking arranging time, solving immediate problem within your house, your family, and within your shop, or your relationship with somebody. Yeah, it's the ordinary innovation we do every day. So is this innovative? Some people using straw to take, I don't know what this in a bucket, a long straw. Is it innovative? Yeah, it's left for you to decide. So theory of innovation, we have diffusion theory, spread of innovation, S-curve. Diffusion, as we know, those science students will testify that diffusion is the distribution, flow of substance from all angle. I wouldn't want to say, I don't know if I'm right, but then, and that's diffusion. So typically diffusion, as the name implies, spread of innovation, S-curve. It says that from generation to generation, it allows innovation to move from generation to generation. And what is used in those years is still used today, and on and on. So whatever idea somebody is doing, it has emanated, according to this theory, that it has emanated from one generation up till today. While the next one is disruptive innovation, innovation that challenge existing thinking and models for solving problems. There are disruptive innovation that reverse the model, that will change the way things are done automatically. Recycling of plastic is we could say is a disruptive innovation, something that is old, you dump it before and now they're recycling. Even cotton, I have seen people recycling even plastic and the rest of them. So disruptive innovation has to do with challenging existing thinking and models of solving problems. So change and innovation. No innovation without the readiness to change existing conditions. So when we talk about innovation, there must be readiness for people to change the existing conditions, to accept it, to buy in into it, to key and agree to accept or follow the process. So change, alter, modifies and improve, replace and transform things. Yeah, change must happen. It's the only constant thing that must happen to this world. Change. You are one time a kid and now you are old, you are adult. And you're one time a primary pupil and now you are a university student. And sometimes you be a graduate and one day you become a father, and sometimes you become a grandfather. So people come, government come, and businesses come and go. New product that we know before are no longer in existence. So change. So whether we like it or not, change must come. Change is the only thing that alters, modifies and improves, replaces and transforms things in this world. So change occurs due to changes in the environment, political, economic, social, technological, competitive, and etc. So change could happen due to government policy, due to change of government, due to economic condition, inflation will make certain things to happen. We've seen it in this country where prices are skyrocketing every day. Price of rice skyrocketed because price of food and rice skyrocketed, groceries and other things due to anticipation that subsidy, government is going to lift subsidy again. So I don't know how many subsidies we have. One time we had the subsidy was removed again and again. Until now they said this is the final one. We pray it's the final one. So change occurs due to political, economic and social technology. Social factor is very important when it comes to business. People, once they are educated, I could remember in Mr. Biggs, one time Mr. Biggs were operating and they said they had pork in their meat, in their fried rice, and because of that people stopped buying from Mr. Biggs, and which really affected their business. And competition is always everywhere, every day. We've seen Pop Cola competing with Pepsi and Coca-Cola. We've never had a Pop Cola before, but the last year it just appears and has really moved the market. So we've seen a lot of changes. We've seen Conflex now and Kellogg's competing. So many competition everywhere. So individuals and organizations tend to initiate and make things happen. So it is left for us to and then think around. So resistance change. People inherently resist change due to uncertainty, threat to social and economic status, poor communication, lack of trust, lack of sophistication, illiteracy, emotional attachment to whatever it is. People will never want to change. People will resist whatever new you are bringing on board. If you happen to be a leader, you have to take a style to make it happen. So managing resistance involves force, field analysis, improve communication, education, gaining support and confidence building. So for you to win and the heart or followership of what new idea you're bringing or change you are introducing, so you have to understand why people resist change, and then you have to improve the communication, inform them of the good side of that change you are introducing, educate them, involve them in the change process, and with that you help reduce the education and communication, participation and involvement, negotiation, agreement, timing of change. It has to be in piecemeal. You have to time the change when it's important to strike. And good and sound leadership. So champions are needed in all walks of life to exert, and this brings us to the end of this discussion. And I'm concluding by saying that champions are needed in all walks of life to exert pressure for innovation in productive sectors and drive policy innovation and cultural change. So with the combined effort of new generation of entrepreneurs and credible leaders, Nigeria will regain its lost glory, and with new effort join the league of prosperous nations, inshallah. So we're hoping that this module could help, and if all heads are put together, remember, mental model, we have to change our attitude towards productivity and innovation, and for that, using that, we're going to prosper, inshallah. So strive to be innovative for a win-win situation no matter what. A lot of people always give up and they don't want to compete and strive for success. So thank you for listening, and wish you the very best. Goodbye.